Go! Hello and welcome to the Daylight Midnight Show. My name is Greg and thank you for joining me for what today is going to be a Marmite taste test special. But before we get to that, let's do the usual bits and bobs from the start of every week. The timer is now running. Let's activate the Gregometer. For those of you not familiar with it, this is a very technical scientific device designed and built by neurosurgeons in Nairobi. And this tests my blood pressure, the rate at which I'm blinking. It will then collate that in a very detailed algorithm and link it to the way the stars are sitting, and it will sum up in one word the kind of mood I'm in, the kind of atmosphere I'm sitting in, and therefore the kind of show that you can have today. And it's going to beam that one word onto the expensive display case behind me. And today I can tell you the word that the Gregometer is using to sum up me and the show is the word juicy. Now let's go for our Seagulls update. As you well know, Brighton and Hove Albion have been selected as the official Premier League team of the Daylight Midnight Show for the next season. And it was our first match last week. It resulted in a 3-1 home defeat to Chelsea. Now I went for a 2-2 draw as my prediction, so I got the actual result wrong, but I did predict the right number of goals, so I'm going to see that as a win for me. Better news in midweek. In our first home game, we beat Portsmouth 4-0 in the Carabao Cup, what used to be known the Football League Cup. Next round we'll see Albion face Championship side Preston. It's back to the Premier League this weekend with a match away at Newcastle. I am predicting a 1-1 draw for the game that kicks off at 2 o'clock on Sunday. Go Seagulls. And a bit of news from Brighton's women's team as well. Irish striker Denise O'Sullivan has joined on loan from the American team North Carolina Courage. Let's have a look in the brown folder then. This is my little carry case that I take with me. I put notes in it every week, and then on a Friday we open up and see what's been going through my mind. The good thing about being self-employed, it tells me here, no one tells me off if I do stupid games in the office. It used to be a thing I did when I worked in a proper job in other places, coming up with little games that everybody could play, and just to pass the time and break up the mundane nature of everyday office life, and I always used to get in trouble for it. This week I've invented a game called Water Bottle Bowling. I'm not going to tell you too much about it because I'm actually going to play it and teach you how to play it in a couple of weeks' time, but it was just lovely to be able to do that today, wreck the place, and no one can tell me off because it's my office. The other good thing about being self-employed is you can give yourself a hell of a Christmas bonus. And I do throw one hell of a Christmas office party as well, but there's just me there, so it's a bit lonely. And the only other thing I wrote down this week, a little thing about the English language. The word slim and the word fat mean completely opposite things, and yet if you say a slim chance and a fat chance, it means exactly the same thing. Reminder, by the way, that I'm wearing sunglasses because that was dictated to me by the randomness of Outfit Roulette, which I will be doing again at the end of this show to choose what I'm going to wear next week. I wouldn't have gone for this combination, but I think it kind of works. So let's get through to the main bulk of the show this week, which is going to be a bit of a taste test, and I'm hoping you might want to join in with this, so you can either watch it right through and then do some of this yourself, or if you want to pause the video now and go and get the same ingredients, you can do it with me. This week's taste test is all about this stuff. I was going to say Marmite, but this isn't actually Marmite. This is a cheap supermarket own brand version called Grandessa Mighty Yeast Extract with added vitamins. This stuff is great. I think it's a byproduct of the brewing process. It's suitable for vegetarians, it's suitable for vegans, and if you like it, it is incredibly versatile. People do tend to either love it or hate it. It is a bit of a cliche now, but it is the truth, and they made a very successful marketing campaign out of that very concept. The people that do like it like to use it in lots of different ways. And over the years I've heard some really weird ones. Some of them I've tried, some of them I haven't, but I thought today we could try them together. I'll be honest with you about how they taste, and then you can decide whether to go ahead and try them yourself or not. One of the weirdest I heard was someone who put Marmite on strawberries. And my mum does this thing which I think is down to a TV chef, where when she's roasting potatoes, I think for about the last 10 minutes, you cover the potatoes in Marmite and put them back in, and they are beyond delicious. So what I've done is I've decided to pick some stuff that maybe nobody else has tried before with Marmite, or Grandessa Mighty Yeast Extract. So I've just got some random things from my kitchen, and I'm now going to try them out. So I'll talk you through them before we go for it, and then I'll just grab one. We have a falafel, we have a kiwi fruit, we have some biscuits, some crispy slices, we have a red grape, a slice of halloumi cheese, and a pickled gherkin. And if I've got time, I'm going to stir some into my tea as well, because, you know, Bovril is very similar, and people like to have Bovril as a hot drink. So I'm going to try it in a cup of tea just to see what it's like. I meant to learn from my last experience of doing a taste test, when, if you remember, I mixed Barocca in a glass of milk and nearly vomited. So I meant to have a bowl with me, but I'll just leave this drawer open, and if we have to, we'll go for that. So the first thing I am going to try is going to be this falafel, which is chickpeas. I don't know what else is in it, but it's vegetarian. And Marmite does go quite well with meaty stuff, so I thought, well, we'll try it on a meat substitute. Now, I don't want to go too heavy with how much I'm using to influence the taste too much. So let's just put a generous spreading of it on there. And I'm just going to do the whole thing and see what it's like. That works. You've got the saltiness of the Marmite in with the meat substitute of that. I'm putting that as a definite winner. So I think I'm going to have the left side of the tray is going to be for the ones that work. The right side of the tray will be for the ones that don't. That is really good. A nice falafel bought from the supermarket deli counter. Little slice of little spread of Marmite on it. That works. Right, let's try the kiwi fruit, which I'm not confident about. This isn't quite like most fruit that you buy in supermarkets. It's been picked too soon, so the kiwi fruit isn't completely ripe. But that means it's nice and firm, so it should be nice and easy to spread on. So I'm just going to put some of that on there, and then I'm just going to scoop it out in one go and see how this tastes. Kiwi fruit, you can eat the skin, you know. A lot of people don't, but you can. Alright, let's try this. Okay. My initial thought is, I wish I brought a bucket in here like I planned to. Putting it simply, that does not work at all. The kind of acidic nature of the kiwi fruit and then the sharpness of the Marmite, oh, that's a really... You know, sometimes you put some things together and they're okay, and sometimes there's an absolute triumph where two things that you wouldn't expect to go well just set off fireworks in your mouth. That can happen in the opposite way as well. And two things that sound like they wouldn't be too bad can just become a nightmarish, hellish concoction in your mouth. And in fact, I'm going to rinse that out a bit because that was not nice at all. So, if you learn nothing else from me in the nature of this show, Marmite on a kiwi fruit is a really bad idea. So, these are nice. These are like sort of Garibaldi things. These are apple and raisin crispy slices. I've had these dipped in chocolate before and it was very, very nice. I'm not entirely sure what it will be like with Marmite on, but, you know, in for a penny. Try anything once. It's really strange that fresh fruit like kiwi doesn't go well, but the dried fruit in this is very nice. It wouldn't be something that I would choose to do, whereas the falafel thing did definitely work, but it's not horrendous. It's not something that you would end up with your head out of the car window trying to throw up in the hedge. So I'm going to put that on as a success. I'm not confident about the grape because the kiwi fruit was so horrible, and in fact my gag reflex is already jumping and I haven't put it anywhere near my mouth yet. I'm committing to doing the whole grape with a bit of Marmite on. I like red grapes because they're very sweet. No. No, 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 no. Oh, I can't even swallow that. Please just look away from the screen for about 10 seconds. I think what we're learning is fruit, Marmite, definitely not. Savoury stuff with Marmite, meaty stuff with Marmite, definitely working. My stomach acid is now reacting in a horrible way. This is a slice of halloumi, which I like grilled. Again, I'm not sure. Marmite and cheese straws is a popular recipe on the internet, so this could work. That's normally done with cheddar and it's normally baked, so this is just uncooked halloumi with Marmite on the top. And that is not unpleasant. It's kind of a bit of a salt overload, because halloumi, as you probably know if you've tried it, is a very salty cheese. Marmite is very salty as well. So that's a real, from that sweet grape I had to eating that, it is like I've basically taken the lid off some table salt and poured it all over my tongue. Oh, what is this doing to my innards? But that works. I'm happy. That can't be 10 minutes already. Let's ignore the computer. I want to finish this then. We've only got the gherkin left. And because of the shape of the gherkin let's just dunk this blooming thing straight in there. And the more sort of natural fruit, rather than the processed food, are the ones that aren't working. But we will give this a go. So this is dried pickled gherkin, dunked in some Marmite. This could be the future for like cocktail parties. Oh. Again, too salty. It's just too much. You've got like the vinegar that the gherkin's been in, reacting with the sharpness. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that is a definite no. So my conclusions are, biscuits, yes, but you wouldn't go mad for them. Halloumi, definitely, and that's something I'm going to try later, cooking something with cheese, halloumi and Marmite. And the falafel was definitely nice. We've run out of time, I can't believe it. I'm not going to put it in my tea because I think that would be the worst idea ever. So we've just got time for outfit roulette. So let's bring this in so you can see what I'm doing, so you know I'm not fixing anything. This is the randomness of the Rubik's Cube, selecting what I'm going to wear for next week's outfit. I don't ever want to have the same outfit again, so from what I'm wearing today, I'm going to take off this stripy jacket, and I'm going to replace that with a dressing gown. And I'll put that in a place where I can't write on it. So let's do this quickly because I know we're over time. So we've got orange for the first column, we've got blue for the second, and we've got black for the third. So next week I will be wearing on this show, orange is my orange cycling jacket. I will be allying that with this t-shirt again. There's going to be a lot of orange, and that was black, wasn't it? Blue glasses. So next week, that's what I'll be wearing. I'm probably going to go and throw up now. Oh, a rhyming couplet to end the show with. If you're worried about vomiting and you feel like you might, calm your stomach with some kiwi fruit covered in Marmite. I will see you next week. Have a great 7 days.